we are going to look into is what we call equal concept or equal fractions strategy. Okay, equal concept, or sometimes we call it equal fractions. Okay, so what is the when do we use it? When do we use this strategy? Is to compare two fractions that represent equal quantities. Keywords we can use: equal to, equal number, or same as. Okay, what strategy we can use? The model or the units method. Okay, now let's take a look at some example. One example. In a group of 20 students, half of the number of boys is equal to 3/4 of the number of girls. Now we have to be very careful here. Take note that half the number of boys is equal to 3/4 of the girls. Now, does it mean that there are equal number of boys and equal number of girls? No, right? Okay, very good. Half of the boys is equal to 3/4 of the girls. So let's take a look at the model method. So half of the boys, right? So this is the total number of boys. So half of it, which is this, right? Half of it is equals to 3/4. Now, how to represent 3/4 for girls? So we draw 4 boxes here, and 3/4 is 3 out of 4. Okay, so 3 out of 4 is 3/4 of the girls. So for the boys is half. Okay, 2 big bar, and then we shade half of the bar. Now we cannot compare before we cut the bar. All right, so we can see here initially the boys there is 1 big unit, but for girls there are 3 smaller units. So to be able to compare, first we need to divide the boxes here, or the bar for the units for boys, into 3 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and likewise here also we make it the same. So with this, then we can make comparison with the size of the boxes for girls. And they tell you that there are 20 students, right? 20 students. So the total number of students here is 20. Okay. So how many units is 20? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 units is 20. 1 unit is 2. Okay. 1 unit is 2. 20 divided by 10. And the question is, how many girls are there in the class? Now take note, the number of girls is these whole 4 units, not only 3, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units, 4 times 2, you get 8. Okay, Taha say you don't understand. Now Taha, which part you do not understand? Okay, Saif also you are confused. Okay, let me repeat again. Let me repeat this question. Okay, in a group of 20 students, half of the number of boys is equal to 3/4 of the girls. Okay, let me draw here. Let me draw at the side here. Okay, half the number of boys. All right, so you have boys here, right? Half number of boys. Okay, so this is total number of boys, right? You get half number of boys. So you shade here. So this is half of the boys, right? So this is boys. Sorry, I'm using my mouse to type. Okay, is equals to 3/4 of the girls. So now I need to show here girls 3/4. So how do I divide this part here such that this part here is 3/4 of the total? Okay, so 3/4 of the total, we know that I need to further divide this into smaller parts, and then I add another part here. Okay, so then you can see here, this part here will be 3/4 will be equals to half of the boys. Okay, 3/4 of the girls is equals to half of the boys. Okay, so from here you can see here for boys, the shaded part here is is equivalent to 3 of the girls here. So what I need to do, I need to cut. Okay, what I'm doing, I need to cut this. Okay, cut the big units here of the boys into smaller parts. So if I divide this into 3 smaller parts, then you can see that they are of equal size. Okay, they are equal size. So you need to make it into equal size so that you can compare. Okay, so if I cut this into 3 equal parts, so I need to do the same for the other part of the boys here. Okay, all right. So now let's get back to this part here. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 units is equivalent to, it is the same as 20. Why? How do you know 20 here? Because in the question they say that in a group of 20 students. So 20 students, 10 unit is 20. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 unit is 2, 20 divided by 10. And they ask you how many girls are there in the class. So 4 units is 8. Okay, so that's the answer. 8 girls in the class. All right, Iman, thank you so much. Very good. Okay. So no worries, I've recorded this session. So if you don't understand, when I send you the video recording, you can always, repeat, rewind, and play it 1,000,000 times. No problem. Okay, next. Okay, next I'm going to show you another method. The same question, but another method, the unitary method. Okay. Okay. Now many students prefer this method. Usually, initially, I will teach the students the model method. Then once you are okay, then I'll teach you the next method. It's actually easier. Okay, but if I straight away teach you the unitary method, you may not understand what's the reason. Why? Because what you need to do here is to make the numerator the same. This is very, very tricky because many students, they confuse with subtraction or addition of fractions, where you need to make the denominator the same. But in this strategy, very unique. You need to make the numerator the same. Okay, so why you need to make the numerator the same? You need to understand the model method. Okay. Okay, let's take a look here. So this was from the model method. Okay, let's take a look at another question. This 1/4 of Tony's height. Okay, 1/4 of Tony's height is the same as 2/7 of Mary's height. Okay, so model method here. So 1/4, 1/4, 1 out of 4. Okay, 1. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 1/4 out of 4 is the same as 2 out of 7. So this is 1, 2, and total here, the remaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 out of 7. So 1/4 of Tony's height, okay, 1/4 of Tony's height is the same as. The same as means equal to 2/7 of Mary's height. So you see the part which is the same is shaded in blue here. Okay, it's shaded in blue. This part here and this part. Okay, next clue given to you. If Tony is 120 cm tall, this time around is slightly different from the previous question. The previous question said the total is a certain number, but here Tony is 120. So you need to be very careful. So how many units is Tony? Tony is 8 units. How do you get 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 unit is 120 centimeters. Okay, so 1 unit is 15. Right, 120 divided by 8, you get 15. So 15 units, which is the total height of the 2 children. So how I get 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 unit is 15 multiplied by 15, you get 225. So the total height is 225. So this is using the model method. Now let's take a look at the unitary method. Since 1/4 of Tony's height is equals to 2/7 of Mary's height. What I need to do here, I need to make the numerator the same. So the numerator here is 1 and the numerator for Mary here is 2. So how to make the same? We find the lowest common multiple. Okay, we use the lowest common multiple. All right, so you multiply by 2 here. Okay, and 4 also you multiply by 2. So I get 2 out of 8. It's the same as of Tony's height is equals to 2 out of 7 of Mary's height. Okay. So can you tell me what is this 8? One. What does this 8 unit represent and what does this 7 unit represent? Total, okay, Zikran, total of what? Very good, Trinity. 8 is the total for Tony. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 7 is the total for the total height for Mary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you can see here, without using the model method, okay, I'm using the unitary method. So I don't have to use the model method. Model method, it can be not confusing. It can be a bit tedious, especially if the numbers are big, and especially if you have to cut into so many pieces, right? So you can see here, there's an alternative method to the model method called the unitary method to solve this constant this strategy. Okay. So what you do here, 1/4 of Tony is the same as 2/7 of Mary. So we make the numerator the same by using the lowest common multiple. 2 multiplied by 1 times 2, 4 times 2, you get 2 out of 8. Okay, so you can see here 8 unit is 120 because this is Tony, right? Tony is 8 unit, and 8 unit is given to you as 120 cm. 1 unit is 15, so 15 units is 225, right? So the total height is 225 cm. So there's no need to draw model if you are using the unitary method. All right, wonderful, right? Okay. Okay, let's take a look at some questions. Okay, teacher, you prefer this? Yes, very good. Of course. If you are familiar, if you understand this, okay, then you can move on to using the units method. Okay, you can ignore the model method, but you must understand why you need to make the numerator the same. Okay, some students, they just prefer to memorize. The teacher say, okay, make the numerator the same, but they don't understand. Okay, so it's very important to understand why, because in your exam or in your PSLE, okay, the questions are different. Right? The question, it is very creative and can be slightly, very, very challenging. Okay, it can be quite tricky. So you may have to use this method, but you need to tweak it a little bit to suit the question. So you need to understand why you make the numerator the same, not just purely memorizing. So that's why I show you the model method, and now hopefully you understand why you have to make the numerator the same, right? Because when you do subtraction or addition of fractions, you will need to make the denominator the same. But here, this strategy is very strange. You need to make the numerator the same. Okay, why? So I've explained just now. Okay. Okay, this time unit is more clearer. If you understand even better. Okay, very good. Mr. Yang, can we use the ratio method? Okay, ratio method, yes, but it's better to use the fraction or the units method here, because why? You need to make the numerator the same. So it is clearer this way. Yes, this is the fastest method. Right? Okay, so let's move on.